To be honest, boxing's never seen nothing like this in the history of boxing. Since it began 250 years ago, it's never seen anything like this. I believe this is going to be great for boxing. I believe we're going to win.
He's going to have, after the fight is over, then so be it. I'm already in a no-win situation anyway. To me, it's a win-win. But I'm in a no-win because if I knock him out fast in the first round, they're going to be like, oh, man, this wasn't worth it. If I let it go a few rounds and drag it out, they're going to be like, oh, man.
I've always been in the gym training. And I'm boxing professional fighters. I'm just, activity is great. I had 15 fights in 1 year when I was younger. And I think activity is great, but I'm prepared. I'm just ready to go.
Two boxing legends, Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Mike Tyson, engage in a fierce confrontation with heated exchanges as anticipation reaches a boiling point between these iconic fighters.
People shouldn't even bring that shit up no more.
No, they should bring it up.
Okay.
They should see the difference from there to now.
Gotcha.
Me at my worst, to me at the biggest event in the history of events right now. There's never been any bigger than this. So what they have to say about that?
What does that say about you if you lose?
Well, I'm not going to lose. So I can't even fathom losing. I can't even imagine it. I think he thinks this is going to be a very easy night. It's not going to be an easy night for me.
Mayweather displays unwavering self-assurance during their intense standoff, maintaining his trademark composure while demonstrating he retains the championship mindset and competitive edge that defined his career.
Keep it on cruise control, go out there, have some fun, and do what I do best. And that's beat Floyd Mayweather.
Iron Mike declares his complete readiness for battle, intensifying his preparation beyond previous levels and appearing razor-sharp with absolute certainty in his ability to deliver when it matters most.
Because the fighter's waiting for his money. By the time he gets his money, everybody else took their percentage out already. So you don't know who's who. You get what they give you.
You look good. How you feeling physically?
Incredible.
You've been training?
Listen, I was wearing an extra large. It looks like I wear large now.
Trainer Rafael Cordero reveals that Tyson's current physical condition and mental acuity surpass what he achieved leading up to his bout with Roy Jones Jr.
In the perfect time, we were perfect place now. Where's Mike? Put everything together. So
both mental and physical preparation have reached peak levels.
we're excited, man. Excited. If the fight was next Saturday, you will be ready for it. So we talk about Roy. Was 4 years ago. Today, Mike is much better than he was when he fought Roy.
Tyson maintains surgical precision throughout his training sessions, engaging in full-contact sparring while maximizing every aspect of his preparation for the monumental showdown ahead.
What brother is Saturday? Okay. I'll be right.
Round one. Oh, phew. We cut the ring. Exactly. Cut the ring. Exactly, Mike.
Jeff Mayweather notes that Floyd has consistently embraced his antagonist persona, and this potential clash with Tyson presents both a threat to his reputation and an opportunity to demonstrate his enduring talent and self-assurance.
That's why it's easy, because Floyd always was the bad guy. Once again, he's going to be the bad guy. And I think that if there's any way to try to...
His undefeated record remains intact, while Tony Jeffries suggests Mayweather's comeback stems from pride, unable to tolerate being upstaged, particularly following the attention generated by Tyson versus Jake Paul.
So we've got to make as much money as we can while we can, and then get out of the sport. But with these two, they're multi-millionaires. And I want to get into the tail of the tape and talk about exactly the records and all of that stuff with it. But first, I just want to say, I believe that these are doing this for different things. Mike Tyson is doing it purely for the money, purely for the money. Floyd is doing it for the money as well, but also I believe Floyd's doing it for that limelight. You've seen the numbers that Mike Tyson, Jake Paul got, and I think this is the most viewed fight of all time, Mike Tyson, Jake Paul. I might be wrong in saying that, but I'm sure it was. It was hosted on Netflix. And Floyd's been one in the past with his ego that he wants to just, be in that limelight all the time. And when you're not in the limelight all the time, you want to have...
Mayweather demonstrates exceptional conditioning in his training facility, exhibiting incredible fluidity and quickness that defies his age while displaying the velocity and accuracy that established his dominance.
Hook right here. Right hand hook. Again. Hook right hand. Slide and drop. Punch it, wait it, help me go. Drop, drop. Walk it, walk it, walk it. Hitch it. Hitch it. Six. Punch it. Hitch it. Watch it. I step back like I have my distance. That's why I step. See, I have my distance. Fighters don't know their distance. You gotta know your distance.
Floyd attacks the heavy bag with devastating force and flawless form, revealing his lightning-fast combinations, masterful technique, and unwavering concentration. Boxing analyst Henry expresses deep skepticism about the sport's current trajectory as retired champions emerge for exhibition contests, noting Manny Pacquiao's scheduled meeting with Ruslan Provodnikov alongside Floyd's potential encounter with Tyson, believing these arrangements prioritize monetary gain over competitive integrity and questioning the wisdom of bringing aging fighters back into action, with particular concern following Tyson's controversial Netflix appearance against Jake Paul.
Mayweather's taking on Mike Tyson of all people. I mean, that's the most money motivated thing I've ever heard. It's utterly bizarre. And I don't want to see Mike Tyson anywhere near the ring again, especially after that Jake Paul fiasco. This whole thing's incredibly weird. I don't like it. I'm a proper boxing fan, and these fights to me, this OAP stuff they've got going on when they bring back these old fighters for one more go at each other, it's just not something that I particularly enjoy. Now look, it's going to be on Netflix. It's probably going to be a massive event. I'm probably going to end up covering it because they are two former champions of note, and it is going to go on their professional records. But if you thought the first fight wasn't particularly entertaining, I can't imagine this one's going to be much better. The one thing I will say is that I believe Pacquiao's in better condition than I realized after the effort he put in against Mario Barrios.
At the same time, he acknowledges the massive scale such events achieve, especially with streaming giants like Netflix backing them, and while criticism persists, genuine fascination remains as he examines the decline narrative, debating whether Mayweather's extended inactivity or Pacquiao's accumulated battle damage represents greater deterioration, creating intrigue even among traditionalists who oppose these spectacles. Unsapped.
Because Mayweather's not had a proper fight in such a long time, which you could argue means he won't be as sharp in the ring. But then on the other hand, Pacquiao's had way more fights than Mayweather has, so you could argue he's got less left in the tank. It's difficult to figure out what it means for either guy, and we don't really know which way it's going to go. But I guess, if I'm being really honest, as much as I don't love it, there's always going to be a little bit of intrigue there. Kind of don't like myself for it, but I'm just being honest with you guys. And I think if we want to have a real conversation about what this fight represents is a continued frustration around the truth about the first fight, which was that it came too late and it turned into more and more of a cash grab. This fight embodies that to a whole new level. Even for the broadcaster Netflix, I don't believe they're truly invested in the sport of boxing. They'll take one-off big events that get them more subscribers, that increase their revenue, that increase their subscription base, but they don't really care about the sport. If they did, they'd be putting on a lot more events than just these mega fights that involve, influencers and fighters that are well past their best.
$8 deep. Ray voices legitimate doubts regarding the rumored showdown between Mayweather and Tyson in Congo, questioning whether this event will materialize or quietly disappear, puzzled by the premature February announcement for a September date when typical promotion cycles span 3 to 4 months, for suggesting either an ambitious international campaign or internal uncertainty, while examining Netflix's strategy of producing entertainment-focused matchups.
And there was also talk about Floyd Mayweather versus Mike Tyson in the Congo. Is that now scrapped? Why are they announcing this several months before the event? I mean, is it a massive build-up? I mean, when you think about it, most fights are announced 3 months, 4 before an event. This one, September. We are in February, people. Like, what is going on? I mean, what are Netflix doing? Netflix are kind of, obviously, they're picking up and putting on really random stuff. Like Ronda Rousey versus Gina Carano. If you are an MMA fan, that fight was supposed to happen way more than a decade ago. Way more than a decade ago. They're doing it now. Will it get big numbers? I guess it kind of will. They've obviously done the Jake Paul stuff. Jake Paul, Mike Tyson. Jake Paul versus AJ. They done massive numbers. Crawford Canelo, a serious fight. And then they're doing this.
Drawing inspiration from Jake Paul's massive viewership numbers, the platform prioritizes mainstream attraction, and despite his reservations, he admits the approach succeeds even when seeming arbitrary. Speaking as a devoted Mayweather admirer whose boxing appreciation evolved from Tyson's reign through British champions and back to American excellence through Floyd's genius, viewing Mayweather as a rare talent who perfected both promotion and ringcraft similar to Conor McGregor's achievements.
I am a massive, massive Floyd fan. Like, my journey into boxing, obviously when I was young, it was very much Mike Tyson, but then it went and became a UK thing. The ITV days of, I don't know, Ben Eubank, etc., Michael Watson, and then eventually Joe Calzaghe, Prince Nassim, etc., etc. My reason for going back and watching American boxing is solely down to Floyd. Like, I was obsessed with everything Floyd Mayweather did. I thought he was a genius when it comes to marketing and a genius in the ring. Like, it's very rare that the two go together, which is why I think everyone kind of fell in love with Conor McGregor, right? Because Conor McGregor was a genius outside the ring in terms of how to sell a fight. And in the octagon, he actually proved that he can fight as well. Floyd, obviously on a completely different level, but you know what I mean? Very similar. Someone that talks the talk and walks the walk. And Floyd most certainly did it.
Wade Plemons offers candid thoughts on Mayweather's ring return, addressing the conflict between protecting one's reputation and pursuing financial gain, explaining how watching a fighter of Floyd's caliber compete at this career stage can disappoint fans who perceive the motivation as purely monetary rather than sporting passion, creating discomfort among dedicated followers concerned that legendary achievements might be overshadowed by financial pursuits.
Than athletic achievement.
That Floyd Mayweather had financial troubles because of the money he owed to the IRS, because of the terrible, terrible business and real estate investments that he's made, and apparently some of these have gone under, and he is owed back rent, or he is owing back rent, and he is delinquent on a lot of payments for a lot of different things right now. These things seem to have added up for Floyd, and now it's pretty apparent that not only is he doing these, bank robbery style exhibitions, but it looks like he absolutely needs to do it, which is very, very sad. Listen, I'm not the biggest fan of Floyd Mayweather as an individual outside of the ring, but I never want to see athletes have their money mismanaged or mismanage their own money so badly that they go broke in retirement, and it looks like that's kind of what's happening. And here's a snippet from Business Insider because it made me want to pay for the entire article.
Plemons categorically dismisses media reports suggesting Floyd faces financial difficulties, insisting these debt-related headlines are misleading and grossly exaggerated, while acknowledging the event's undeniable profitability serves as a primary motivating factor, viewing this not as disappointing commercialism, but as a strategic decision combining Floyd's competitive nature with practical opportunity recognition, presenting both crowd-pleasing entertainment and evidence of Mayweather's shrewd career management.
And brand.
Mayweather's attorney strongly denies he's any kind of financial distress, but the headlines aren't slowing down. $54 million alleged dollars in debt. So it makes sense why they would want to do this, and it's strictly for money, let's be honest. This is a clear money grab, but this is going to be a terrible fight. This is not going to be a fight that anyone outside of watching Mike Tyson walk to the ring and the idea that maybe he'll knock out the little guy in Floyd that Tyson for a long time didn't like. You know, for a long time called Floyd a small little angry man or a small little scared man because he couldn't walk his kids to school by himself, mainly because Floyd had, he kind of disrespected Muhammad Ali, who was Mike Tyson's favorite fighter and one that he would never put himself above. But Mike's 60 years old. And if there was a time for Mike to get him and knock him out or whatever, it never would have happened because they were in completely different weight classes and XYZ. If you wanted to settle it outside of boxing, that's one thing, but now they're stepping into this exhibition. There's not going to be any weight classes, obviously.
Ariel Helwani shared
a prominent voice shares strong opinions about the upcoming legendary clash, expressing serious reservations that have ignited fan debate, considering the bout largely pointless and questioning the merit of returning fighters to action during advanced career phases. Viewing the match as pure spectacle rather than legitimate competition, since both men are far beyond their physical peaks, worrying that potential dangers exceed any entertainment or financial rewards, while emphasizing fighter safety as the paramount concern, reflecting broader boxing discussions about former champion comebacks driven more by publicity and profit than athletic merit, and though fans may feel excitement seeing familiar names return, he advocates caution given age's inevitable impact on speed, reflexes, and stamina, believing the fight risks damaging rather than celebrating both legacies.
Today's economic times, there's economic challenges. These corporations and companies, they're looking to make profit. And if they put out a pay-per-view, and a lot of people, another thing is the fighters. I'm blaming the fighters too, because there's a lot of guys, they're not bigger than the fighters of yesteryear. That's why you can have a Floyd Mayweather and a Mike Tyson whose brands are so big. This is going to be a big fight. It's going to be, just because it's a freak show, circus fight, whatever you want to say. Some people are going to be mad at it. I don't want to see it, blah, blah, blah. But the curiosity is always going to get the best of the masses, especially if they put this on Netflix or Amazon or whoever, right? And that's the reality. A lot of these new fighters, Gen Z fighters, people under 30, they're not marketing themselves.
Johnny Nelson provides valuable perspective on the anticipated meeting between Tyson and Mayweather, revealing overlooked elements including Mayweather's continued demonstration of exceptional speed, power, and accuracy despite his age, moving with surprising sharpness in training while attacking bags with intensity, reflecting years of disciplined preparation, discussing the personal factors influencing comeback decisions beyond pride or competition, including financial obligations, family considerations, and maintaining sport relevance. And while some fans fear legacy damage, Nelson emphasizes these remain elite athletes capable of exceptional performance through experience, natural ability, and strategic preparation.
But then you're going up against Floyd Mayweather. This guy was unbeaten as a fighter. He still physically has ring craft. He still physically can move about the ring and do what he has to do. I think for Mike Tyson, he's going to be very frustrated. He will want to lay a shot on him to get rid of him. But unfortunately, you slow down, Father Time gets the better of us all. And even though I think when it comes to a fan's favourite, I'm quite sure most of the fans would love to see Mike Tyson put Floyd in his place. And that's probably what will be the attraction as well. But you've got to remember, Mike Tyson's 59 years old. You've got to remember, Floyd Mayweather is still hitting the bag in the gym. He's still moving around, even though he's 48 years old. But you've got to remember, these guys are individuals, their fathers, their brothers, or whatever. And they still want to earn a massive chunk of money. Where's Mike Tyson? Whatever they're getting paid. Where's Mike Tyson at 59 going to earn this kind of money? Where's Floyd Mayweather at this time of life going to make this kind of money? It doesn't matter what we say about legacy. These guys are still going to live. These guys are still thinking, you know what, I'll take the heat, I'll take the criticism, but you know what, my bank account's all right, my family's all right. And I know it's crude, and I know it takes a shine off it, but that's real talk. So these guys are now in a position where where people want to pay them a lot of money to fight each other. It's against somebody they don't like. So again, ego's going to get the better of common sense with Mike, as far as I'm concerned.
This concludes today's coverage. Keep watching for our next update.